Right, yo, welcome back to the Slowpoke World, where today we got more vivid voltage early deck profiles for you, baby. And today we're actually covering one of my favorite decks because it's got my favorite Pokemon in it, baby. We got ourselves Machamp. Now, Machamp came out in Champions Path recently, but I feel as if it's got a couple additions from this new set that might make it a sneakily good rogue. So look. Right then, so let's get involved. So we're starting off with 4 of the Machamp. There we go. Stage 2 Pokemon, 170 HP. 2 attacks. First attack, Macho Revenge, baby. Actually, the build around. For 1 fighting, 1 colorless, you do 20 times each fighting type in your discard pile. And I just have to turn these lights off because they're annoying me. There we go. So yeah, 20 times each number of fighting types in your discard pile. Very good, very good, very good. So if we have 15 per fighting types in our bin, we do a crisp 300. Very good, very good. So that's the goal. We want to get as many fighting types in the bin. But luckily, because of some new additions from this set, I think we can actually use Dynamite Punch quite a bit as well as a fallback option or a cleanup, which is 2 fighting, 1 colorless. You do 200 damage and you do 50 to yourself. Now, 200 on a fighting type is really good. One shot in everything that's fighting weak. No regard for human life. Just like, pow, get out of the way. So yeah, Machamp, I'm a fan. 2 very good attacks. Decent HP as well, could be a little bit higher, but you know, can't moan. So obviously because I need to turn that off as well. So obviously because we need to get as many fighting types in the bin, we're going to play a full 4 line of the Machoke and Machops. There we go. Don't think there's anything worth noting on these guys, but we could actually potentially do Pummel in this deck with Machoke, which is for 2 fighting, 1 colorless. 50 flip a coin if fed, you do 70 more. Could come up. You're probably asking me, Shay, how are you getting all these fighting types in the bin? I'm getting there, I promise. So our next line is going to be a full 4 of Excadrill. Shout out to us, Gilbert, if you're watching this. I know he loves a bit of Excadrill, and we do too, in all honesty. Excadrill, 140 HP, stage 1 Pokemon with 2 attacks, 11th hour tackle for 1 fighting. If there's 3 or fewer cards in your deck, this attack does 150 more damage for a total of 180. Very nice. We can actually get to that, to be fair. What I found late game, we end up using Macho Revenge more than we use 11th hour tackle, but it definitely is an option. But the attack we'll be using the most is Dual Bazooka, 1 for 120, and discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Very similar to Domfan, and it makes me wonder if could you do like an Excadrill Domfan S-type deck where you're just playing really bulky fighting type stage 1s potentially. But yeah, Extra's going to be our early game attacker for the most part, just funneling some of these fighting types in the bin so we can have 2 late game Machamps. That's the idea. So we've got a few more fighting type Pokemon, and you're probably thinking, Shay, you were doing good so far. You had me get fighting types in the bin. What on earth are these Palosands? Well, have you ever just considered Palosand has never been played in any competitive decks? How do you think he feels about that? Well, here at the Slowpoke World, we're compassionate people. And I feel sorry for Palosand, so I'm throwing him in here. But no, for the real reason, he's a stage 1, so you can never lead him. And it's just fighting types. These 4 slots can be whatever fighting type stage 1 or 2s you like. You use like Flygon GX, for example. You can use any, so you can get creative. I think in the deck profile I've uploaded, I had like a Tyranitar, I had a Steelix, but you can put whatever fighting type non-basics there. And we got one there to help us draw through. So, what are these new additions, I hear you ask, for this deck? I'll show you after we get past these 4 professors' research. Woo, research getting funky with it, baby. There we go. So, obviously, very good support in its own right, discard, draw 7. But in a deck like this, if you have like 4 Pokemon in your hand, use research. Like, what's that, an extra 80 damage for your Machamp already? So, you can see that's going to be pretty gnarly. But here are one of the good additions for the deck. We've got ourselves Bea, or B, I'm not actually sure, but discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Attach any energy cards you find there to your bench fighting type Pokemon in any way you like. So this is going to help ferry more Pokemon in the bin faster, so we can get to Machamp Revenges a lot quicker. Machamp Revenge is also for 2 energy, so we can use Bea to help us funnel them energy on. And this is also how we get to Dynamite Punch a lot easier as well. But for the most part, it's just so synergistic, right? Attaching energy to our bench fighting types. We're already fighting type already. And we're discarding Pokemon, hopefully. So you can see the synergy there with Bea. And we've got 3 bosses. Well, I wouldn't mind a 4th, but in a deck like this, space. And we just end up nuking the active anyway. So, yeah, that's that. Oh, hopefully it hasn't crashed. There we go, I got scared then. For our staging with choices, we play 2 Martial Arts Dojo. And this is going to be sneaky. If we can like hold these in our hand and drop them, our opponent's going to start counting our discard pile. They might start playing around Machamp Revenge. But Dojo, if we're behind on prizes, we do an extra 40. So that can, like, you know, that can get a bit gnarly. So if we have, what, 5 in the bin, we do 100. You know, put that in there, now doing 140. You know, not quite quick. So Martial Arts Dojo is a very natural stadium. You could put Viridian Forest in here, in all honesty. And it's not a build I've tried. I actually haven't found myself missing energy too much. But if you do find yourself missing energy, Viridian Forest hits 2 purposes. Number 1, gets fighting types out of your hand and gets your energy. And we're quite energy efficient attacking already for the most part. But, you know, if you do find that to be a problem, then you can change them for Viridians. We got 4 Pokemon communication. We play so many Pokemon, it should always be live. But what does worry me, and it's actually why we play 2 Evo Incense as well, is just because we end up not having many Pokemon in our hand, right? The ones we have, we tend to play, or we bin them away with like quick balls and stuff. So having the 2 Evolution Incense in combination with communication seems to be quite nice. If you want to go down to like a 3-3 split, I'm not against that either. We then got 4 Quick Ball, and we need to get basics down, right? We need to get Drill Ball, I almost said Pampy then. We need to get Drill Ball down, we need to get Machops down. Quick Ball lets us do that whilst getting excess Machokes and stuff out of our hand. And here is another integral part of the deck, in my opinion. We got ourselves 3 Karate Belts. And what I love about the Karate Belt, when you're behind on prizes, the attacks of the Pokemon is attached to cost 1 fighting less. So if we're behind on prizes, we can do Machamp Revenge for 1. We can do Dynamite Punch for 2, which I actually end up doing quite a lot in all fairness. We can do both of Exegil's attack for 3, which is really cool. If we can get 3 like Drill Bazookas off whilst we're attaching energies to our Machamp, puts us in a really good spot. So yeah, big fan of Karate Belt. I wouldn't mind a 4th one in here just because you end up discarding so many cards with Bea and Drill Bazooka, but space again. But if you can try and find room for a 4th Karate Belt, I think it will do well. And then 1 Ordinary Rod just to shuffle in. You know, if we end up getting rid of like 3 Machamps for whatever reason, we need to start putting them back. So we got the Ordinary Rod. Also good for getting rid of loads of discarded energy that Drill Bazooka might do. See, the good thing with Bea is that if it discards energy, we can just attach them. So you don't really waste energy here. But with Drill Bazooka, you can. So, yeah. And the last addition that we get from this set of the Stone Fighting Energies. Now, these are quite good because they make your Machamp super tanky. 190 HP, 1 prize is pretty gnarly, right? And Bea doesn't say anything about basic energy cards, at least hasn't been translated that way, so we can attach Stone Fighting. So I see no reason not to run 4. And then we play 4 basic fighting energies just to round off the list. Because then we're so energy efficient, especially the Karate Belts. Like with Karate Belt, all of our deck attacks for 1 energy. 2 at the max, and we can funnel energies into play really fast with Bea. So other options though, you can run Oranguru in here. Again, space Oranguru is nice, just letting you put energy from your hand to the top. You can Bea it, and you know, or put Pokemon from your hand to the top of your deck and then Bea. Pretty cool space though, but if you can fit 1 in, not against that. Been working quite well in my testing. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. As always, if you have the more Vivid Voltage deck profiles, make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. Try and get to 2K before the end of the year. Let's make it happen. All help is much appreciated. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.